Hey guys, it's Nikki and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's so good to be back because I miss it so much. This week's video is going to be about the treatment I got for 4 weeks. It won't be very easy to talk about this topic because one part is that I don't want to talk too much. The other part is like it's so hard to gather my thoughts about this whole thing. So overall, I don't feel like I've changed. On the other hand, I feel like I've been through a lot and it actually kind of shaped me into this new version of myself. If someone asked me, did it help or do you feel different? I would definitely say, I don't know what's going on. September 16th, that was the first day. That was the day I moved in to the hospital. It's called Psychiatry and Psychotherapy Clinic. Of course, I was super anxious, like, oh my goodness, I was terrified. And the week before this treatment, I had quite a rough period. I restricted my intake, and on top of that, I even throw up frequently. The day I moved in, the first thing I noticed that the place is kind of nice. It didn't feel like an actual hospital. The nurse showed me my room, which was the number 15. The good thing was that every room had 3 beds, but in our room there were only 2 people. The room wasn't so big, so I think it would have been very crowded. It was just me and this other girl. She was kind of nice. She was severely depressed, which made me feel really bad for like days. It wasn't easy to share a room with her. We had 2 to 3 therapy sessions every day. That means we finished around 3 p.m. All I did after the therapies was watching YouTube videos or watching TV shows, which was a lonely activity. I was really alone at the beginning. Even if I had this roommate, I didn't feel that good with her. Like, she cried a lot of times and I wanted to help her, but it was so hard because she didn't really let me do that. Due to her university, she ended up leaving the treatment, which meant I was left alone in our room. I was furious after she left because I finally got used to a routine. I didn't feel good that I was left alone. And after that, I got a chance to get a new roommate, but it wasn't easy because everyone already got used to their own space. Nobody really wanted to come over to my room. There was this girl. She was treated with anorexia. So it was the first Friday when I decided I wanna open up to someone because I felt really alone and lonely. So I chose this girl who I wanted to talk to since the beginning. It was dinner time when we sat down next to each other and we started talking. And we did it for I don't know how many hours, but it was a long period. It was incredible how we could connect. I felt something deep in here that I was destined to meet this girl. It was incredible to let someone close to me after such a hard period. A couple of days later, the nurses asked us whether we want to move in together. At first, we decided to stay where we are, but when the nurse told me that there will be a new patient who will move into one of us's room, I changed my mind and I decided to move to my friend's room. Me and this girl became roommates, which was literally one of the best decisions of my entire life. As a celebration of becoming roommates, we did a face mask night. We got even closer. So about the therapies. We had, a psychotherapy session 3 times a week, art therapy 2 times a week, relaxation once a week, mindfulness, big group session, both of them once a week, communication session, and sport. We all had our psychotherapists who we talked to like every 2 days or something. At the beginning, it was really hard to open up in front of a group of people. There were 9 people in our smaller group. I cried a lot because it was just so hard to talk in front of them, but as time passed by, I got better at this and I could actually share my feelings and thoughts about certain topics. It felt good. I felt safe with them. Eating wise, it wasn't easy. I spent 2 weeks in therapy that I barely ate anything. I lost about 2 to 3 kilograms, but I was still in the healthy range, so it wasn't that serious. But I was so scared that they will ask me to leave because contract about self-harming and eating, and it said that I have to eat a breakfast, a lunch and a dinner, and I can't lose weight. I didn't have to gain weight, but I had to keep my current weight, which I didn't do, so I broke the contract. So I was really scared they're gonna kick me out, but I stayed because after 2 weeks I could eat more. Everything came back, like the voice in my head, the fact that I couldn't resist to it. Anna was back in my head and it was horrible. Like I had to do everything she wanted me to do, which was basically not eating and not drinking. So it was hard, really hard. My diagnoses were borderline personality disorder, mixed anxiety and depressive disorder, acute or temporary psychotic disorder, and anorexia nervosa. So I guess nothing new. The good thing was that I understood my mental illnesses a lot more. I got BPD diagnosed back in 2018 when I was hospitalized for my anorexia, and in the hospital I got that diagnosis, but I didn't know why. I didn't know what were the symptoms. It was just written down on a paper that I have borderline, but I didn't know why. And my psychotherapist actually talked to me in a way that, yes, this is common for people suffering from borderline and stuff like that. Like when I told her things, she told me that yes, that's common among people who suffer from borderline. So it was nice. And the other good thing is that though I'm not underweight, I still got the anorexia nervosa diagnosis, which is a good thing because I am the proof that you don't have to be underweight to suffer from an eating disorder. I actually felt like my problems are valid, that they are still taken seriously. Many people would think that it's crazy, that why would I think it's a good thing that I was diagnosed with anorexia nervosa, but to me it means so much because I still have a lot of issues with it, with the eating disorder, and knowing that people still consider me someone who's suffering from an eating disorder is great, because I am valid. And due to my eating disorder and borderline, they told me I should get more treatment, like I should go back to this place and take part in the treatment again. I don't think it will be as effective and good as the one that I've just finished, so I would be really anxious about that, and I don't really want that. The same thing was offered to my friend who was my roommate. She told me that she probably won't take part in the treatment because she has to graduate next year, and she can't do that if she leaves school for another month. The best thing about this treatment was that I was among people. I was part of community, which felt really good, and it just always felt good to talk to them because you just knew that they will get you and they won't judge you. It's just incredible that while I was there, I could make a friend. Like, oh my goodness, how lucky I am. I feel like I don't deserve to be treated this well. I just can't think of our movie nights without a smile on my face. They meant so much. Words literally can't describe how much I love you. You mean the world to me, and I know it sounds bad and so much like borderline, but I can't imagine my life without you. There was, I think, the last weekend that I went back to the hospital and there were Polaroids on the wall, photos of us that we took while we was there in the hospital, and I'm just so grateful to you. And they were the other patients that came to us and told us that it was so good to see you becoming friends. Everyone told us that they know that this friendship will last forever. And it was just so good to hear that, because when I was really down, I felt like I'm pushing her away, but she didn't go. And I just know that she won't ever leave me, no matter how depressed I'll become. And the other thing that was so good that I had was the fact that I'm going to London on the 1st of November. I'm going to my best friend, and it's just as exciting as it sounds because, oh my holy god, I'm going to London again. And it was just so good when I saw messages from her telling me how many days are left and how excited she is, and that was just such a good feeling because I felt like I met her. And that's not even the best part, that I'm going to London. The best part is seeing her that excited. That just warms my heart. It was just so good that it gave me some future vision. And traveling, oh my god, me and my therapy friend talked about all the places that we want to travel to. And it was just so good because I know traveling is a therapy to me, and if I could just do that, I don't know, I might end up being okay. And I know that that's the right way to do that. For traveling, we need money. And there comes that part where I'm talking about my dad. My dad who wants me to start working as soon as possible. This is a huge freaking pressure to me. To be honest, I'm not feeling ready. I know I'll work, but I just need some time to process this whole therapy thing and to get used to this being out here again. I need to get used to it, and I can't just jump in a new life situation when I couldn't get used to the previous one. Like, no, I have to talk to them and tell them what I actually want, because that's something I never really did in the past. I never talked about what I need because I was just scared. I know I learned a lot of things. This therapy was extraordinary. I loved it. Of course, I was depressed, anxious, and everything in there, but there was just one part. The other part was that I felt safe and I felt loved because there was this girl. I want you to know that asking for help is hard, but it will definitely worth it. Even if you don't feel like it at the beginning. Deep down inside of you, you will feel something tiny that has changed. And you'll be just so exciting that that thing is there, because you know that you can accomplish so many things with its help. So trust me when I say ask for help. You deserve it. You can never know whether you'll find your other half in there, you know. I could never imagine that I'll go to this hospital and meet someone who will be this important to me. But that happened, and it's incredible, because I would have hated it if I had to spend every afternoon in my room separating from everyone and just watching TV shows and YouTube videos. That would have been shit. But thank God my roommate left. I was alone, and then I got this opportunity to move in with that girl. I hope you enjoyed this video. It means so much to me. I feel like I became so much more than I used to be. Let's just talk about the fact that I never did anything at home like creating, but in the hospital, me and this girl, it's so weird to call her that way, but we spent hours creating stuff, drawing and coloring and everything. It felt just so good. And now that I'm home for 3 days, all I'm doing is creating, painting, and I feel like I have a hobby again, which is insane, but that's the thing, and it makes me so happy. So this therapy gave me so much, and I may feel depressed and anxious most of the time, but now I have someone I can count on 24/7, and I can call her, I can text her and everything, and it will always make me feel safe when I hear her voice. It seems this video is all about her, but I just wanted to let you know that I have a friend like that, and it's because of this therapy. I'm just very grateful. And I don't know whether I go back to have that another 6 weeks of therapy, but right now I just want to rest and enjoy the moment and do the most I can do. It's a new chapter and I want to write a good one. I'll see you next time. I don't know when, but there will be a new video soon, hopefully. Bye!